Alrighty, welcome to the stream. And as the sign says, or the description says, happy birthday, Widdle Man! Yes, my grandson turns 5 today, and this live stream is all about him. What you're seeing on the stream right now is his. Oh, sorry. Okay, anyway, is his birthday present from Indad. This is the Group 3 Mustang race car that I went through, and I spent up at the top where it says credits. I spent credits to purchase the car, and then I went through and decorated it. Put his name on it, the whole 9 yards. This is his Mustang. I've got one that I race, but this one is for him. And if he wants me to race it and stream it, then I will race it and stream it. But yeah, this is really, really cheesy. But yeah, it's my birthday present to him. For those of you who don't know, I reside in Florida. My grandson and kids all live in Kentucky. Except my eldest. My eldest lives in Ohio. So, and they're the reasons for this stream. It really and truly is. It's something that I can do to kind of somewhat keep in contact. The one really nice part about it is because of the way YouTube is, it's something that they can come back to later. Now, yes, the car has happy birthday and like party confetti all over it. After that, I will go through, the hood's got the dinosaur on it. I'll go through and put some more dinosaurs on it. And pretty much it's his car, so however he wants me to decorate it is how I will decorate it. So I went through and built this up yesterday after I purchased it. And then I went and did some practice laps on this week's Group 3 race, and I actually ran a couple of Group 3 races in this car. One was a pretty good race. The other one, well, it could have been better. Anyway, so without further ado, so Widdle Man can see his car in action, let's get to the replay, shall we? Alright, now, obviously before race you go through and you do a little bit of practicing. So this is the results of one of the practice sessions in Widdle Man's birthday present. As soon as it loads up, again, PS4 controller, please be patient. Your patience would be greatly appreciated. I hope you like it, Widdle Man. I really do. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Leon. Happy birthday to you. Alrighty, let's play this thing, shall we? So yeah, buddy, I hope you're having a really good day. I really do. Car goes vroom vroom. So yeah, this week's Group 3 race was at Spa, which is right down the street from the Nürburgring, literally. Oh dear Lord, I'm all over the place. Look, Widdle Man, I'm driving like your mama. I'm drifting like your mama too. God, I drive like a woman. Anyway, I digress. So this was this week's race. It's got happy birthday on it and everything. He's so cute. Anyway, but this is the track that we're racing on, and the races that I'm going to replay for you, that, and because I was actually in bona fide races, this was the track we were on. And whereas right now, yes, NDAD is a signed BMW driver, the next enrollment period where I can switch manufacturers, NDAD is going to go through and sign with Ford. So which works out good because Ford's got more options for Group 3. Well, it's not that they have more options. They have options that suit my driving style a little bit better. I'm on the grass and everything. But yeah, things that will stay on it. The dinosaur on the hood, that'll stay on there unless you want me to take it off. The Widdle Man banner, that'll be on there. I don't care if you want me to take it off or not. I'm just going to keep that on there. It's NDAD's prerogative. So, but I mean, I've got different wheels I can put on it. I can paint a different color if you want. Say happy birthday. Happy birthday. You gotta admit though, I mean, Ford Mustang, I'm kind of a good-looking car. At least it's always been a good-looking car to me. Oh dear Lord, I hit the wall. I am driving like your mother. Oh, wait a minute. Who was it that put the dent in the car? Is that your mom or your dad? I don't remember. Almost ran over the camera guy. Dear Lord. Yep, I got a penalty for it. Okay, so whenever NDAD's on the track and he is outside the track limits, then I get a penalty. And unfortunately, I was outside the track limits on that one. I was pushing a little hard. I was. Not that I was trying to beat up your car or anything, because I don't. But yeah, I just ended up going outside track limits. So. like I said, I know it's not much, and when you get older, you'll probably think it's the silliest thing on the planet, but and I served my penalty. But right now your color scheme is red and blue. If you like it, I'll leave it that way. If you want me to change colors on it, I'll change colors on it. You tell me how to set the car up and I will set it up that way. Now, the funny part about it is on that hill, when I get to the top of it in the Ford GT Le Mans race car, yeah, I can actually catch air. That's actually in Dad's preferred race car. Just on this track, the Mustang does better than the Ford GT does. For me. Hopefully school is going good for you. And Dad did a burnout. I went around the corner a little too enthusiastic, and yeah, the rear end came out from behind me, but I was able to turn it into a spectacular 180. So yeah. We're gonna say I was driving like Nana on that one. Okay, so that was a qualifying session. And then I went through and did a couple of races. This is the last race I did. This is the one that didn't turn out so well. But Dad being Dad is going to show it anyway. As soon as your mom's old PS4 loads up. Yep, that's right. A year. It's been almost a year since your mom gave me this as a Christmas present. Still play it. Whereas I don't use the controller that she gave me with this, because it wasn't the controller just gave up the ghost after a while. Controllers just give up the ghost. I do have a different one. We're starting in 6th. That's where our qualifying time put us, was in 6th place. So, lots of Toyotas, lots of Nissans. And Jaguar, Mercedes. And that's what we call first corner mayhem. But we've moved up from 6th place to 5th place, climbing the hill. Unfortunately, and Dad is about to have that magical little red bar up here again. Right there. I got a penalty. Unfortunately, during that, okay, so this is considered a high-speed track, which means if you make one slight little boo-boo, it can cost you in the long run. So then in which case, you spend quite a bit of time trying to play catch-up, which is what I'm doing now. Which Jim does a fairly good job of. Because, well, I mean, the Mustang's got really, really good straight line of speed. Now, the little Nissan, the older Nissan that's behind us, they're actually fast in a straight line, but it takes them a while to get up to speed. So, that's about the time I caught everybody. I had to serve a penalty. So, then in which case, yeah, the little Brazilian driver decided he wanted to get cute and start trying to bump me out of the way, which actually ended up costing him in the end because his little Nissan just doesn't have the same weight as a big old Mustang. So, then I started trying to play catch up to the group that I just lost. Again. That little Nissan's like a fly, isn't it? Just all over the place. But because the little Nissan was able to get up to its max speed, unfortunately it passed me. So we're back down into 6th place again. And no, Dad does not subscribe to the philosophy of just bumping people out of the way because they're in front of me. We have to race clean and with rules. And now we're back into 5th place again. Because Mr. Magoo, and yes, that's quite his real racing name, Mr. Magoo went through and decided he wanted to take the corner a little wrong, so that ended up costing him, and we gained the position back. So we started in 5th, or started in 6th, moved up to 5th, went back to 6th, now we're back in 5th. And I violated track limits again. Yeah, I for whatever reason, could not. Yeah, that was a big penalty because I was more outside the track limit. So Dad kind of really broke the rules on that one. So yeah. And then in which case I started pushing harder so that I could get further ahead of the Nissans behind me. Because whereas it says 1 second penalty, your 1 second penalty on this track will actually cost you about 2 to 3 seconds. Because it decelerates you, and then you have to go through the trouble of re-accelerating and getting back up to race speed, and yeah, it's just all bad. And Dad did make an error on this because when he was doing his qualifying time, so there's 2 different tires that you have to use for this race. And it's not 2 different tires, it's just 2 different compounds of rubber. One's a harder rubber, the tire lasts longer, and then you've got a softer rubber that doesn't last as long, but you can corner better, so on and so forth. I had the wrong tires on at the beginning of this race, so as a result, that kind of messed things up a little bit. And then, of course, the little Nissan comes zipping right through again. And then, yeah, he tried to brake check me in the middle of that corner. And then in which case, it just became a drag race to see who could get up to the corner first. I won. Because, well, and then he went through and knocked us out of the way. Yep. So, dirty driver went through, knocked us off the track, spun us around, and we went from 5th to 8th. Unfortunately, that's not the only time that happened in this race. So sometimes, okay, so Dad's a high enough ranked racer because you'll notice that some of the names have different flags on them. I'm an American, so I have an American flag. The guy who spun me out is a Brazilian, that's why he has a Brazilian flag. The green flag with the yellow ball on it, or blue ball with the yellow highlights. And that's the Brazilian flag. He's actually from Brazil. This is an online race, and we race against people in the Americas. So I've got Canadians in this lobby. I've got Americans in this lobby, Brazilians. I think there was an Argentinian in here. So, I mean, this is like, there are actual people that are doing it. And then, of course, a fellow American decided he wanted to try to knock me out of the track. And it's funny to me because, I mean, it's a Ford Mustang. It's a heavy car. And, I mean, it takes a lot to knock that car off the track. Made our way back up to 7th. Yeah, the American went through and knocked us out of the way. Yes, the pit crew has purple uniform because, well, all the ladies love purple. So that's why the pit crew has purple uniforms. Oh, Lord. Sorry, and Dad just got off work. Like, I'm still in my scrubs. I literally came home, powered up the PS4, and started streaming immediately to YouTube. front of me, Canadian behind me. Let's do work, shall we? Yeah, I know, your paint job got scratched up a little bit, and I'm sorry about that. Unfortunately, that does have a tendency to happen during the races. So it either gets scratched or it gets dirty. Because we're driving the fast. Yep, and then the Canadian knocked us off the track and put us in the wall. Yeah. They just happened to get me just right. Unfortunately, because we hit a wall, we got a 2.5 penalty. So, yeah. But we're not in last place. So we do have one penalty line on the track, and it's not just this track, but all the tracks only have one penalty line. And because of where we received our penalty, we had to do another lap before we could serve our penalty. So. And the funny part about it is I was almost got back up to the Viper that's in front of me when I served this penalty. So your race car is really fast. It really is. And I drive it quite well. I really do, I promise. So, and then tomorrow, so the way that GT7 works, now your uncle, unless he's got a PS4 or 5, he can't get GT7 because it's a PlayStation only, but he's got an Xbox last truck I had. So, and their version of this is called Forza. And I played Forza when I had an Xbox. I think that GT7 is better, not because I'm on a PlayStation, just the online racing and everything is just better in GT7 than what it is in Forza. Even though you don't see it in these shots, I was actually gaining back on the Viper that's in front of us. See? There he is. Here I come. Unfortunately, I ran out of time. I did. Now, your dad races Aston Martins. His weapon of choice is DBR9. I do hope school's going good for you. But yeah, I was catching them. I was. Now you see, Indad didn't have a bike. I think I actually tried to take it around the track. I just couldn't make it work. So Indad does this thing at on Sundays, because typically they announce the next tracks on Sundays, and then we'll find out what the track is. We'll set up a practice track. Like next week is Red Bull Ring, and we finished 11th. Next week's race is Red Bull Ring. So some point today, after I wake up, before I go to work, provided I wake up in time, I will go through and set up a practice track, and I will go through every car I own. And When I have gone through every car that I own, I will go through and figure out which one is the best one for me. Like I said, that race didn't go so well, but let me show you a race that did go a lot better. So, let's see where we at here. Ba-ba-boom. But I'll go through all of the cars that I've got in my garage, and then whichever one I do the best with is the car that I'll run that week. Theoretically speaking, at some point I always kind of reaffirm or recheck to make sure that I'm in the right car. But for the most part, Dad sticks with just one car. Um, And I've learned to do that because I didn't always do that. I was always trying to chase that magical unicorn. Sorry, wrong one. That was actually the time trial that I showed you before. The one where Indad had the epic. That's what I was looking for. 180-degree burnout in reverse. Yeah, it was awesome. It was beautiful. It was me driving like your mama. It's so bad, I swear to God it is. So, in that respect, it's all good. It takes a couple of moments for it to load up. So, yeah, and then Hun will be getting off work in about 30 minutes. Alright, so. And just like last race, again, our qualifying time put us in 6th place to begin. We've got a Mercedes in front and behind us, so we're the meat and a Mercedes sandwich. There we go. Lots of Supras and Subarus in this race. There's Nissan GTR, the old school Nissan, the BMW M6 up there. Everybody started doing the whole bumping and grinding thing, and I was like, I'm not being a part of this. Yeah. So then in which case we went from 6th to 4th. And then we hammered down, and I mean we hammered down. Yeah, Mr. Mercedes was so close because if he wasn't in my slipstream, he wasn't getting in. And then they all started playing what I affectionately like to call grab ass. And whenever racers in front of you or behind you start doing that, it slows them down. So you either gain on them or you pull away from them. And in this case, we're pulling away from everybody behind us, which was happy days. Yep, you heard a car crash. It was one of the Mercedes. And this was a really fast lobby. Our fastest guy was like a 214, 214.4, I think it was. And then we qualify at 216.6. So each one of our laps took us 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Well, not these laps because we were on the lesser tires. So these laps we were pulling 218s, 219s. But because second and third were sitting there starting to fight with each other, that actually gave us a chance to catch up. Oh, so beautiful. That gap is getting smaller. And the Nissan Skyline Silhouette really doesn't corner all that great. The Mustang corners better. So as a result, that was another reason why we were able to catch up. Up in third place because, well, somebody decided to go a little bit wide. So we're on a podium. We're on a podium finish. We'll be waving and shaking champagne. Which actually really worked out good for us because we went through, and now whenever you're in traffic, by default that kind of slows you down. So when you're able to open up like this, you can go so much faster. Downside to it is if it opens up and you can go faster, so can typically the guys in front of you. Yeah, unfortunately I kind of drifted that corner a little bit, which slowed me down. The Mercedes coming up behind us to start closing in on us. It was less than ideal, if I'm honest. But Dad's also the type of driver that's not just going to give up. I mean, if they're going to catch me, they're going to have to earn it. But on the flip side of that, when I realize somebody is significantly faster than I am on the track, whether that be because I took a corner wrong, which does happen, or penalty, or any number of reasons, I will go through and kind of yield it without, like, just hitting the brakes. But I mean, the Brazilian behind me, and he was doing everything right. He really and truly was. Once he was close enough to be in my slipstream, and he pretty much hung out there until he waited for me to make a mistake, which I mean does happen. Work really, really hard not to make them, and I make a lot less than what I used to. But he was patient. He was. And I don't know what it is about the Mercedes on this track. They can't actually stay wide open in that corner. And actually, on this particular race, neither could I. I would always have to back out at some point, slightly. Then I went into the pits because, well, I needed to change tires. Now, I was actually on the proper tires. This one, the tire changes went the way they were supposed to, and all of that good stuff. The purple people eaters are waiting for your Ford Mustang to get into the pit lane. And then it was game on. Because of the way that my pit strategy was, not everybody goes into the pit at the same time. Yeah, that's where I made a huge boo-boo. Yeah, I was definitely driving like somebody other than myself. Yeah, that was a segment and a half of it. That was so nervous. Yeah, it's always mildly scary whenever everybody starts bunching up like this, because typically there's nothing good that comes out of it. And we served our penalty, but before we served our penalty, we were able to move up to 7th place out of 8th place. And the car behind me was not able to catch us. And because the cars behind me did not go into the pits, when I went into the pits, they went in the next lap, we were able to move up. me and the Widdle Man Dino Thundermobile. Currently rocking 4th place. Going like a ba-da-da, you know what. And we're back on the podium. Yay! Yeah, and Dad was feathering the daylights out of that throttle through that section. See, Mr. Magoo is actually a fast racer, and the Brazilian that's behind me is also a fast racer. Now, and it's like I said, for the most part, this was a really clean lobby. I mean, nobody intentionally tried to wreck me. Nobody tried to ruin your paint job, unlike the last race. Unfortunately, I took it a little too wide and opened the door, and he went right through there. And then again, I took it a little too wide. That Mr. Magoo was able to use the switch room, close in, and then slingshot past us. Unfortunately, he did kind of give a slight nudge. I wouldn't exactly call it a full-blown bump, but he did kind of give a little nudge. He didn't wreck us. He just happened to knock us just enough outside the line. I'm not quite sure what was going on with first and second, but I mean, we were all three gaining on them. And at one point I looked up and was like, okay, what's going on up there? And then we came across with a top 5 finish, which is actually really good. Especially in this lobby, because like I said, I mean, there were a lot of people that were, I mean, they were very fast. They were very fast. Had a Subaru. So, but yeah. And that was your race car in action. The Widdle Man Dino-mobile. Oh, lordy. But right now, Indad is a B-rated driver. The way that the driver rankings work in this is when you first start doing online races, you start as an E, and it goes E, D, C, B, A plus, and S. Now, Indad is trying to get to an A rating before the next um, racing series so that he can be in the GT1 series. Last series, I was in the GT3 because my ranking was that low. And then GT2 is actually all Bs. So, yeah. And then, yeah, there's the rest of my stats. And then your dad, who also races, is currently a C-rated driver. And then Uncle Dominic, who also races, is a D-rated driver. But Uncle Dominic hasn't really done many races. And actually, neither is your dad, to be honest. Which, I mean, so your dad's already a C-rated driver, and he's only raced 22 races. So, I mean, your dad can drive when he drives. So, he really and truly does. And then right now, come over here, go over to the qualifying time ranking. I've got a Canadian friend who is in front of me by less than a tenth of a second, so 900ths of a second in front of me. And then globally, Indad is ranked in the almost top 10,000 in the world. Because as you can see, I mean, this is the global ranking. This is in the world, so you'll see Brazilians and Frenchmen and Germans and Spanish and yeah, name a country. There were Turkey, a guy from Turkey. And, wow, a guy from Turkey's in the top 100. Okay. New Zealand, Mexico, Canada, Brazil. Yeah. So yeah. Alrighty, buddy. And Dad is really, really tired because again he's been up all night working. Um, and Dad's gonna jump off here and go to bed. I love you. Happy birthday. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast. I hope you enjoyed the races. I hope you enjoyed your car. Um, but yeah, it's like I said, that's your race car. So anytime you can get a hold of, just let your mom or dad know, hey, get a hold of Dad, tell them I want to see my car race, and I will put it in a race. And the reason why that I have no reservations about doing that is because if we come over here, that is my race car. Now, you and I have the same primary color, um, but instead of having the blue on the mirrors and the wing and the accessory parts, I have purple. So, which is why my crew dresses in purple because all of my race cars have a purple highlight somewhere. And that's because purple is Ia's favorite color, your mom's favorite color, Hun's favorite color. Um, yeah. So, where are you? You don't have that many miles on your car, so as a result, it's kind of right here. And that's what your car sounds like in real life, too. But yeah, tomorrow I will go through and take all the birthday confetti off and take the happy birthday off. And um, actually, you know what? I'm just going to take that stuff off and I won't add anything else to it until either your mom or your dad goes through and texts me and says, this is what Leon wants on his race car. And then I will put that stuff on the race car and then, yeah, I will race it and I'll save the footage and um, I'll do another just for you special live stream and yeah, that way you can see your race car in action. So, but it's like I said, I do need to jump off here because I am really, really tired. But it was really, really important to me to get your birthday stream up so that when you wake up, it will be ready for you. And yeah, so I love you. I miss you. I really do. I hope you have a good good, happy birthday. I will call you this afternoon after I wake up. And yeah, I love you, Widdle Man. And that's going to go away.